The Ministry of Education is very clear inside of its outcomes in terms of Māori succeeding as Māori. And for us to progress and address disparity, hand on heart, we stuck a pau in the ground and we said, right, in a rohe that is so clearly Māori, in a school 78% Māori, we will find a way to create their voice for them, partner with whānau. We actually decided to take on board a way that would progress us to the point of saying, yes, Māori succeeding as Māori will occur in this school.
With our future-focused learning classes, the purpose of it was for us to actually look at ways that we as teachers could provide the context for learning where students could bring who they are to their learning. So looking at, for our Māori students, for them to be able to succeed as Māori, what does that look like? Is it for us to determine what their projects are, or is it for them to be able to contribute to that and us work alongside them to facilitate that learning?
And so it was based around inquiry learning for both teachers and for students, and the focus was, rather than on siloed subjects, was on the skills and the future-focused learning competencies.
Why is India still in the Commonwealth?
So I'll put that down.
So it's not always about the subject, it's actually about developing them as well-rounded people. So we want our girls to be driving their learning. So when we sit down in conference with them, it's about, okay, where are you at? How do you know you're there? What support do you need from me? What's going to accelerate you as a learner and what you're doing right now?
But it might help with script writing. Absolutely. Yeah.
We've seen students being able to develop programs which maybe don't traditionally fit within your ideal kind of traditional classroom. And so the kids that are struggling with their workload and with their learning are able to take one piece of work and make it work across the curriculum, as opposed to just having each single subject siloed.
Don't ever be soft with flax. You have to tell it what to do. Don't ever let it control you.
Well, I think the school have been really good in where Te Rere came when she came to the school. She was quite on the low end of achieving. And what they've done is that they've put resources around Te Rere, and they've enabled her to use this passion of rāranga to filter through all topic areas. And once that success started coming through from year 10, her shoulders picked up and she started to think, hey, I am of value. I am valued and I've got a worth.
The police course came about because the government and the police have a goal of 1,800 new recruits by the year 2020. The target areas that they're looking for are Māori, Pacifica and Asian, female and youth. You know, I'm tick, tick, tick because that's exactly the type of girls that we've got in our class. And so as a result, we've already been down to the New Zealand Police College, and that just gives our students an amazing insight to possibly be really fantastic police and future leaders.
We really wanted our graduates to be culturally competent, and we wanted them to understand what they brought into our school, and that bringing their gifts and talents in, that language, culture and identity mattered.
So it's students as teachers, not just teachers as teachers, and we use that wherever we can.
And the way that you get eliminated is if you
Get it wrong. Yeah. We set up a program for the teachers so they can incorporate more te reo Māori within the school, so they can learn more for themselves and add that into their everyday classrooms as well. 3 groups, so basic learners, intermediate learners and advanced learners, because
well, it helps them to understand students. It helps them to understand their culture.
Tēnā kōrua.
And when our students see that people care enough to understand their culture, they respond positively.
You know, we've had massive successes with our students. We've had students who have, from our data last year, their writing has improved by up to 3 or 4 sub-levels because they're engaged, because it's something they're passionate about, and because it's about them and their learning, they get it.
Across the board, the student morale has increased. The students seem to feel like they are more valued in their learning journey. They know that there's no closed doors, that if something doesn't work for them, people are going to care about them enough to try and find a way to make their educational and learning journey meaningful.
Ka mahi ki,
Ka
te mawai, kei te mahi tonu.
Ai, ka rongi tēnā.